Hello, how's it going, everybody? And you're watching the Result Report, coverage of the West Region March Madness NCAA 2023 Tournament Men's Basketball. What we think is going to happen. So the number one seed in this region is the defending national champion, the Kansas Jayhawks, against the 16-seeded Howard Bison. And Howard here has never made the tournament since 1992. And you know that if you're coming to the tournament for the first time in a while or the first time ever, you ain't lasting long. That's what's going to happen to Howard. Say goodbye, Bison. Then the 8 seed Arkansas will face the 9 seed Illinois Fighting Illini. I think Arkansas got a higher seed than they needed to be, and Illinois is better than a 9 seed. And so I'm going to give the win here to Illinois. So that would be Illinois, Kansas in the second round. And the 5 seed St. Mary's Gales will play the 12-seeded VCU Rams out of the Atlantic 10. St. Mary's beat Gonzaga one time this year, though they did not do well the last 2 times. They had to win in overtime in the first one. And then for the first time in a while, when St. Mary's beats Gonzaga, there was not a court storm. This time St. Mary's was pretty good. But a lot of people think VCU is going to win, though St. Mary's has a clutch guy, Aiden Mahaney, pretty good. If you can't stop him, you can't stop losing to St. Mary's. Then, so I've got the Gales moving on to the second round. Then the 4 seed UConn Huskies playing against the 13 seed Iona Gales. I was wrong when I said last episode and the first episode that Furman was the only 13 seed to win. Nope, it's going to be Iona, another 13 seed. In 2021, 2 13 seeds won. The Virginia was a 4 seed, losing to Ohio. Then Purdue was a 4 seed, losing to North Texas. So, I have UConn losing to Iona, though Iona has a coach, Rick Pitino, has cheated but has won 2 national titles. Big deal for that. And then the 6 seed out of a pretty good team out there, probably, is TCU out of the Big 12. Remember, that Big 12 is too tough for many teams. Then they will play the winner of 11 seed Nevada. I don't know why they got in and not Rutgers. Nevada finished the regular season losing the last 3 games, though Rutgers did have kind of a bad record at 19-14. They will get a 1 seed in the NIT, though. So, of that first 4 game, I have Nevada losing to Arizona State because Nevada shouldn't be in this thing. So then Nevada will be out, and then Arizona State against TCU. With TCU, it depends on how they show up. Is Mike Miles Jr. ready to play? Are they going to shoot well, or are they going to be trash? Depends on what's happening. But in this game, it's basically a coin toss. But like we did last episode. But, no, not last episode, but one of the recent episodes. So, but it is kind of like a coin toss. Will TCU shut up? Or it could, no, not shut up, show up. It could be in their head, but something could also not. It's unpredictable with humans. But this time, I think TCU will show up for the NCAA tournament, though the 11 seed does have an edge over the 6 seed. Quite a big gap, a bit. Keep that in mind for when you're picking your brackets. Then the 3-seeded Gonzaga Bulldogs were number 2 in the country in the preseason rankings. Did not really go as planned, losing to Texas on the road at the beginning. Then lost to Purdue on a neutral site, who was then number 24, supposed to easily win that game. So Gonzaga will play Grand Canyon, who was the 5 seed in their conference tournament. I don't think you should go with the Antelopes here. Go with Gonzaga, the Bulldogs, who have never won a championship, though they have been pretty good at basketball in recent times. Go with Gonzaga here. They were 31-0 a couple of years ago, and then they lost in the championship. So heartbreaking. Okay, and then the 7 seed over in the West region could take out UCLA, is what I'm wondering. Is does whoever the winner is, have the potential to do it? And these 2 teams are Northwestern and Boise State. Boise State, a 10 seed out of the Mountain West Conference, the fourth team, I've announced, the last team I will reveal out of the Mountain West Conference, playing against Northwestern from the Big Ten, a highly overachieving year. I bet Pete Nance really regrets transferring. He would have made the tournament for his first time, and when he made it to UNC, oh, that was pretty sad. Number 1 to start the season, and then they just missed the tournament. Spoiler alert. But I have Northwestern beating Boise State. Northwestern, tougher teams. Boise State is second in their conference, though they did have to play San Diego State. But San Diego State is not a bad team. So after that, I have Northwestern moving on. Then 2 seed UCLA, I think they're kind of overrated. The Pac-12 is weak. Against the 15 seed UNC Asheville. If you look at my bracketology thing, I had UCLA playing UNC Asheville actually, and I have no erase marks. Like, that's what I thought would happen. So of UCLA moving on, though they're a 2 seed, they were number 2 in the country, but the 15 seeds don't do anything. Or if you think that the 15 seeds have happened the last 2 years, mean it's going to happen again, don't pick a 15 seed. No one's going to get a correct bracket. You're just busting your own. Okay, so on to the next round. Kansas and Illinois. This should be a good game, but they did lose to Texas of all teams. Texas. They're Texas, who's I think is going to go to the Final Four. So I have Kansas moving on after that one. Then the 5 seed St. Mary's Gales against the 13 seed Iona Gales. The Gales versus the Gales. I have St. Mary's this time is a good program. They've turned it around big time after the past 2 years being a 5 seed again and finishing ranked again. Great job, Gales, on to the Sweet 16. Big time win. Big time turnaround. Okay. And then, so the 6 seed over there, TCU against 3 seed Gonzaga. I think Gonzaga is not going to show up for this game. Did lose to Baylor by 1 point, though. On neutral, I believe. So I am going to go with TCU to win this game. Though Gonzaga has played frequently well. So TCU on to the Sweet 16. They could be out in the first round. Depends on if they show up or not. Then the 7 seed Northwestern against 2 seed UCLA. UCLA I think is overrated, and I truly do, which is to the point where I think Northwestern's going to win because UCLA, no, I don't think they've played anyone. The only good team they've played, really, they've lost to. The one good team they've beat, I think, is Arizona. Or if you think Arizona State and USC are good enough to beat. They are good, though they made March Madness. That's the only reason why someone would say that. So I have Northwestern moving on. Then Sweet 16, 1 seed Kansas against the 5 seed St. Mary's. This is going to be too much for the Gales of SMC. Give Kansas the win. They do have tournament experience, though they do have freshmen on there, though. They do have Grady Dick as a freshman, though he is good. He has onions. And then the 6 seed TCU in the Sweet 16 and plays 7 seed Northwestern. Here I'm going to go with the Wildcats of Northwestern. TCU won't show up every game. Take that back. Erase what I just said. Give TCU the win. Yep, they almost beat Arizona last season, and they got all their players to come back, so it's basically the same team. And here, TCU has come into environments that are wild. Like, they beat Kansas in Allen Fieldhouse by 20 plus. So give TCU to the Elite Eight. Then, this means a matchup, a rematch. Kansas and TCU in the Elite Eight. Winner to the Final Four, go with the, drumroll please, Jayhawks. Back to the Final Four, second year in a row, though they do have experience. And with that, that would set up a Final Four matchup for Kansas and Texas, which I'll reveal for you in a Final Four video. On to the East.